This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, or the book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, take good heed. Yet take good heed, and beware of him. Thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Second Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Kohaloyim, La Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Chagavadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with faith and sincerity and risking their lives and their freedom to do so. Shalom to the Akwat and the Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willingly, this is an edifying lesson. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of the other nations, whom appears like the other nations, but subscribe to this truth to you. I say Shalom. This is the brother Yahweh Sop out of the GMS Cleveland Church, a fellow servant, coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. And basically, I want to do a quick lesson on this article I got off of RT, and it says, "Could your pet be a threat?" Creator of Russia's Sputnik 5 warns C-19 may spread through cats and dogs in next phase of pandemic. This is dated March 29th, so that was yesterday at 9:31. It says animals could become the next front line in the battle against CV. The scientist who headed the development of Russia's Sputnik V vaccine has warned, saying that the deadly pandemic may not yet have reached its full potential. So that's letting you know that they about to actually do something. You know, you got the numbers going up in America, and they talking about basically, it's funny because it's like how a parent does their child, basically giving you the rope to hang yourself. So they, like I said, they're opening things up so people can move around so they can generate income. Because like I said, all the spring break shit, all these, with the Super Bowl, those are money producing events. You know what I'm saying? But they're also saying that the cases are rising based on this. You know what I mean? So eventually, like I said, I feel, speaking as a mortal man, but I feel what they're gonna do is when everything is really, because this money is inflating drastically day by day. You know what I mean? I'm already talking about a fourth stimulus. You see, and the price of certain things are going up exponentially. Um, and it'd be amazing if they actually like lock everything down, and that's when the dollar crash or hyperinflates. Alexander Ginsburg, the director of Moscow's Gamaleya Institute, which developed the pioneering formula, claimed in an interview with Moscow outlet Izvestia published on Monday that the virus could become more infectious and spread to a whole new group of potential hosts. So now they're saying that the animals can get it, but they're trying to say that a bat had it from the get go. So you know what I mean? All this is misdirection and misinformation because at the end of the day, they're talking about, we're giving out misinformation, but but come on, like I said, like, and still, they'll say we're giving out misinformation using the same outlets and media outlets that they use. I was listening to Elder Malcolm say something. He was like, this place is so rigged that, even when you beat them the system that they put in place, the system that they use, that instead of, you know what I mean, like Esau's a sore loser, you know what I mean? So, he was talking about his personal situation he going through, you know what I mean? Like basically, he defeated them, yet still because they like, how did this, ninja, how did he figure this out? How did he do this? So instead of proceeding with the case, they just actually like it's in the judge's office, but they're acting like it's not there. They're just working around it, showing you this fucking fucked up ass system. It says the coronavirus has not yet realized its pathogenic potential. Ginsburg said, arguing that the pandemic is here to stay for the foreseeable future. Now, so like I said, so what's the point of mandatory vaccination? And those vaccinations are about to become mandatory, guarantee you. Because like I said, they're sitting up here saying that we need a certain amount of the population actually vaccinated. You already, I guess they allow adults from ages such and such to such and such to actually, like all adults are eligible now. Now, I don't think they have enough doses, but everybody's basically potentially qualified to actually be able to get the jab. Lisbeth said, arguing that the pandemic is here to stay for the foreseeable future. The next stage is the infection of farm and domestic animals. Salakia. And when we protect humanity with the help of good vaccines, within a year, pets will be infected by that time, and no one is going to get rid of their beloved pets. Therefore, he argued the focus of this pathogen will constantly be around us and it will keep evolving. That is to say, we must be prepared for a long existence with this pathogen. So they letting you know that they're going to use this for the duration. You know what I mean? And it's getting past, the point of them action on, do you want to, you have a choice. It's going eventually going to be, you're going to have to take it or else, And that's when you're going to see that persecution. It says, the beauty of how evolution creates something perfect, even something negative, surprises and delights me. Glitzberg said, if you try to draw the most unpleasant infectious threat from humanity, then C19 will be what you'd come up with. And nature not only invented it, but also created it. But then it's funny because I was just reading a Newsbreak article. It was a scientist that basically said that, it's certain evidence that shows that this C19 was created in a lab. So, that's why this devil's gonna come down with great wrath because, like I said, that's why he's getting sloppy with certain things. You know what I mean? Like, you got this Lil Nas X, this weirdo. You know what I mean? And now that I'm watching his mannerisms, he don't seem gay to me. He seemed like a weirdo, but he doesn't seem gay to me. Like Lil Uzi Vert. He seems like a homosexual gay to me. You know what I mean? Like because it's their mannerisms. You know what I mean? Certain things they do, how they act. But he didn't come across like no. Like what's that word? Beta male. Albert and that's a damn shame. Show you how cheap our people are. You know what I mean? You buy a nigga cheap. For you to even do that shit, I mean, like, and it's the spirit because the same company that actually created the shoe that he partnered with to do it is getting sued by Nike because I guess it's really not a Nike. And they selling them for $1,000 or some shit like that too. They made 666 pairs, and they selling up something for 1,000 something. I would have to look and see, but you got people, and they sold out of them too. Did you know that? If you try to draw the most unpleasant infectious threat for humanity, then C19 will be what you come up with, and nature not only created but also created it. Nature not only invented it but also created it. Albert Riz Vanavov, the director of Center for Precision and Regenerative Medicine at Kazan Federal University, told TASS on Wednesday that while the end of widespread infection might be in sight, society would have to learn to live with an evolving virus for years to come. In January, Riz Vanov claimed that while the pandemic was on the wane in Russia, the virus would likely live on with an annual wave of infections. There are seasonal diseases that usually die out in late spring or early summer, he said. Like them, Rizvanov said this virus may stop spreading in Russia this summer. It seems that C19 will become another one of the seasonal pathogens that cause respiratory illness. New mutations in the pathogen's genetic code, such as those found in the UK, Brazil, South Africa, and Russia, have sparked concerns that the existing vaccines being rolled out might end up offering less protection against new variants. The creators of Sputnik 5, however, say their formula is effective against these recently evolved strains, although a further mutation that circumvents the immunity the vaccines provide is still possible. So, at the end of the day, now they're going to try and say basically this is going to be like the seasonal flu. So therefore, it's going to eventually be where everybody's going to be made to partake in this. You got certain schools you can't come in without the shot. Your flu records and immunizations against measles and certain things. So, this thing is here to stay, and that's how it's gonna be the precursor to this MOB, because they conform and they set in the groundwork of basically a society where you're gonna have to conform to this just with that. So if you take this jab, because there's been many of people that said that they don't want to take it and then took it still, and you know what I mean. If you go 9 times out of 10, if you're gonna take the jab, you're gonna take the MOB. So I got a scripture. This is the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 2. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And that's this red Hebrew Edomite, this devil. You know what I mean? This is a evil work. You know what I'm saying? Like to basically make it where everyone in your household, everyone in this country is gonna have to take this jab. And they set back and plotted and planned this for a long time. You know what I mean? It wasn't coincidence that all this happened when it happened. Just like it ain't coincidence right now why this guy, Lil Nas, not to digress, but it's no coincidence that he made that video and then he doing it gradually too. When you look at that video, it's very satanic. You know what I mean? Like this guy literally said he sold, you know, like he's there, so he's the bitch of the devil. You know what I'm saying? So he's the bitch of the, he's the bitch of this red Hebrew Edomite. It says they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Daddy, so this devil not only wants the things you possess, but he also now he wants you. That's why you are going to be put in a position to actually receive this jab or not, and ultimately that MOB. I want to find the scripture. And you could tell that this is about to happen soon because look how this man's scrambling. That's why he's going to come down with great wrath. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell them. Salakia. Therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And that's when you're going to see that day of Jacob's trouble. That's when you're going to see when our people are going to be being persecuted, especially the men that's in his truth, the men that's going to refuse to bow the knee to Baal. The man that's going to refuse to take that jab is going to have to sacrifice certain things of the world to remain true and faithful to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So, like I said, this place is not going back to where it was. That's why I brought the article out. They're literally telling you to get this vaccine, but yet still, you're still going to have to live with masks and social distancing and, I wouldn't be surprised if they was trying to get you to constantly get how they get the flu shot, every year. I wouldn't be surprised if they give you that. You know what I mean? Because one of the presidents of either Pfizer or Moderna was saying that. They said basically the cost of this thing, it could go up. You know what I mean? So, then like I said, you got other companies that still kind of come out with their own jabs or their own spin on the on the shot, because there's a lot of money in it, So with that, I'm gonna end the lesson. Lord willing, it was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Kol Haloyim, La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachak, double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing his truth with faith and sincerity and risking their lives and their freedom to do so. Shalom to the Akwath and the Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willingly, this was an edifying video. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, but whom subscribe to this truth. To you I say shalom. Until next time I'm able to come with another lesson. Shalom, shalom, and Mawath Lababal. Shalom.